demands of digital era motivates us to continue improving the potential of integrated human resources that are capable to support productivity.
Recording
This
in
vast
progress.
and rapid development needs an effective and modern learning solution that can keep up with the routines of today's society. A facility that can cope with the limitations of space and time. For many people, both limitations pose as major problems in developing themselves and enhancing their career in digital era. In the end, those problems will impact their lifestyle. Universitas Terbuka is here to answer those problems by applying an open and distance learning system. A system that has proven effective in increasing the coverage and equal distribution of excellent higher education for all elements of society. Our learning system. Our system allows students to have a flexible and open learning method, and it offers many advantages. First one is the registration period, which is open throughout the year, so no more worry about late registration. Flexible space, time, and place. This is useful for students who still want to develop their knowledge wherever and whenever they want. Easily access printed and digital teaching materials in all corners of Indonesia and other countries. Our system gives opportunity to people from all groups and ages to learn and develop their knowledge, as well as their skills in all fields. With 39 regional offices all across Indonesia and overseas service centers, we are always ready to support operational activities and cooperations with various national and international institutions. We have numerous facilities to support student activities and learning process, from UT Radio, UT TV, learning assistance to online library. Universitas Terbuka offers you 4 credible faculties: Faculty of Education and Teacher Training, Faculty of Law, Social and Political Sciences, Faculty of Economics, and Faculty of Science and Technology. With more than 35 study programs and postgraduate programs. Universitas Terbuka, making higher education open to all. The fast-growing demands of digital era motivates us to continue improving the potential of integrated human resources that are capable to support productivity. This vast and rapid development needs an effective and modern learning solution that can keep up with the routines of today's society. A facility that can cope with the limitations of space and time. For many people, both limitations pose as major problems in developing themselves and enhancing their career in digital era. In the end, those problems will impact their lifestyle. Universitas Terbuka is here to answer those problems by applying an open and distance learning system. A system that has proven effective in increasing the coverage and equal distribution of excellent higher education for all elements of society. Our learning system. Our system allows students to have a flexible and open learning method, and it offers many advantages. First one is the registration period, which is open throughout the year, so no more worry about late registration. Flexible space, time, and place. This is useful for students who still want to develop their knowledge wherever and whenever they want. Easily access printed and digital teaching materials in all corners of Indonesia and other countries. Our system gives opportunity to people from all groups and ages to learn and develop their knowledge, as well as their skills in all fields. With 39 regional offices all across Indonesia and overseas service
The Honorable Director General of Higher Education, Research and Technology of the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology of the Republic of Indonesia, Professor Nizam, the Honorable Director International Center for Higher Education Innovation under the auspices of UNESCO, Professor Liming, the Honorable Vice Rector for Research and Innovation of Institut Teknologi Bandung, Professor I.G.D. Wenten, the Honorable Director of Politeknik Sahid, Neni Wahyuni, S.A. M.M., the Honorable CEO of Lentera Nusantara, Asatari Azizah, the Honorable Chairman of the ICE Institute Consortium, Professor Ojat Darojat, the Honorable Head of ICE Institute, Professor Paulina Panen. Good morning, and welcome to the signing of the Cooperation Framework Agreement between Indonesia Cyber Education Institute and International Center for Higher Education Innovation under the auspices of UNESCO, Institut Teknologi Bandung, Politeknik Sahid, and Lentera Nusantara. I'm Radianti Febria, will be hosting today's event. Before starting the event, let's listen to the national anthem of Indonesia Raya. To get closer with and to know more about, we will watch the profile video of Indonesia Cyber Education Institute and UNESCO International Center for Higher Education Innovation.
Kemajuan ilmu pengetahuan serta pandemi merubah kebiasaan kita dalam menggunakan teknologi dan internet. Hal ini mendorong berdirinya Indonesia Cyber Education Institute yang diresmikan Direktorat Jenderal Pendidikan Tinggi pada tanggal 28 Juli tahun 2021. ICE Institute merupakan lokapasa digital untuk mata kuliah daring berkualitas di Indonesia yang tujuan utamanya adalah memfasilitasi penyediaan pendidikan berkualitas sekaligus menjamin kualitas layanan pembelajaran daring serta mendorong pemerataan kualitas pendidikan di Indonesia. Didukung oleh 14 mitra konsorsium, mata kuliah daring yang disediakan oleh ICE Institute dapat memperluas akses pendidikan berkualitas untuk siapa saja, kapan saja, dan di mana saja dengan beasiswa Merdeka Belajar untuk semua dari Menteri Pendidikan, Kebudayaan, Riset, dan Teknologi. Semua mahasiswa dari berbagai perguruan tinggi bisa memilih mata kuliah dari perguruan tinggi ternama di Indonesia juga luar negeri melalui ice.ac.id. Sebagai contoh, mahasiswa yang terdaftar di Universitas Bina Nusantara dapat mengambil perkuliahan di Universitas Indonesia yang penempuhan mata kuliah serta SKS dan sertifikatnya bisa diakui oleh kampus asal. Sampai saat ini di ICHEI.ac.id ada ratusan mata kuliah daring dan perguruan tinggi papan atas di Indonesia dan ribuan lainnya dari EDX yang berasal dari perguruan tinggi terkemuka internasional. Dengan mengadopsi teknologi blockchain, ICE Institut menghubungkan semua penempuhan mata kuliah dan menghubungkannya dengan job market, sehingga menjadi satu loka pasar pendidikan daring yang terintegrasi. ICE Institut akan selalu berusaha mendorong perubahan dalam peningkatan dan pemerataan kualitas pendidikan Indonesia guna mendukung program Merdeka Belajar untuk semua.
Based in the coastal city of Shenzhen, UNESCO-ICHEI is dedicated to the digital transformation of higher education. Relying on Shenzhen's industrial advantages in digital technology, UNESCO-ICHEI actively responds to UN initiatives by fostering partnerships with developing countries. As the first Category 2 center for higher education established by the UNESCO family in China, UNESCO-ICHEI aims to expand access to lifelong learning opportunities and quality and equitable education by empowering higher education institutions, HEIs, through digital transformation. Since its establishment on June 8, 2016, ICHEI has been making steady progress from Shenzhen toward the world. Since established, UNESCO-ICHEI has been actively working with UNESCO offices and centers, global partner HEIs, relevant government agencies worldwide. Our global network of partnerships consists of efforts from every part of the world and continues expanding through multi-stakeholder collaborations. UNESCO-ICHEI anchors its work around the digital transformation of higher education, focusing on the empowerment of the higher education workforce in a globalized era. As various projects take root in countries in developing Asia and Africa, UNESCO-ICHEI has accumulated experience building a supportive ecosystem for local higher education and sowing the seeds of exchange and mutual support. UNESCO-ICHEI also develops customized programs and projects based on local contexts. Through the UNESCO Shenzhen Funds and Trust, FSIT, UNESCO-ICHEI and partners have conducted pilot projects in many countries and regions, achieving remarkable results. We encourage ICT-driven innovation and university capacity building in the Asia-Pacific region and focus on higher education quality assurance and improving policy mechanisms in Africa. In addition, the International Institute of Online Education, IIOE, was jointly initiated by UNESCO-ICHEI, partner HEIs, and enterprises in 2019. Relying on its open online platform, IIOE is dedicated to facilitating the digital transformation of higher education through capacity building. It has improved HEIs and teachers in developing countries with courses, training, toolkit, and other functions. IIOE is also committed to creating an ecosystem of co-construction and shared benefits among partner institutions. Since April 2020, IIOE has formed multi-language and multi-level resource systems and content frameworks, serving dozens of HEIs in different parts of the world with a user base of tens of thousands. It has also released the IIOE Quality Assurance 2.0, IIOE Competency Framework for the Higher Education Workforce, and other achievements. In the future, IIOE will improve its existing mechanism and expand the construction of national centers to nourish the local community and connect with the world. Faced with local challenges of inadequate infrastructure and insufficient faculty capacity, UNESCO-ICHEI and partner enterprises have donated more than 10 smart classrooms to HEIs in developing regions to help local teachers acquire skills, innovate pedagogy, share and collaborate. In Pakistan, Egypt, Cambodia, and Djibouti, these smart classrooms have been successfully installed and operated. During the pandemic, smart classrooms have also been remotely installed in Mongolia, Sri Lanka, and other countries. In the future, IIOE will continue to help HEIs establish smart classrooms and create more possibilities for the digital transformation of higher education. The Smart Classroom project focuses on capacity building and multi-stakeholder partnership to further facilitate the professional development of the higher education workforce in their practice. Building research practice partnerships has also been essential for UNESCO-ICHEI's work. In November 2021, the Institute of Higher Education Digital Transformation was officially established. It has achieved a series of research output, knowledge products, and global initiatives, including the research report on the digital transformation of higher education teaching and learning at the core of the 3+2 research project. On the 5th anniversary of UNESCO-ICHEI, the flagship quarterly publication, Cloud, was officially launched to a global audience. With the gathering of experts and readers, Cloud provides a platform for sharing innovative practices in higher education and a channel for friendly cross-regional exchanges, connecting and disseminating knowledge across borders. Entering a new stage of development, UNESCO-ICHEI is young but with great confidence. UNESCO-ICHEI remains committed to its original mission and vision in the ever-evolving global landscape. In the future, UNESCO-ICHEI will continue cooperating with all partners to work towards the shared future of quality and equitable education.
Ladies and gentlemen, to start the event, I welcome the head of ICE Institute, Professor Dr. Paulina Panen, to deliver the opening remarks.
Thank you, Ibu Radianti. A very good morning to all of you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Professor Nisam, Director General of Higher Education from Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology, Indonesia. Professor Liming, Director UNESCO-ICHEI, Professor Ojat Darojat, Rector of Universitas Terbuka and also Chairman of ICE Institute Consortium, Professor Ismunandar, the Permanent Ambassador of Indonesia to UNESCO, Dr. ICHEI Hodijah, the National Commission, the Head of National Commission of UNESCO in Indonesia, Dr. Lee Bing Wong from UNESCO Bangkok, Professor Cherping Lim, Chief Expert of IIOE UNESCO-ICHEI, Mr. Han Wei, Mr. Liu Feng, Mr. Li Fan, Mr. Hassan Sehsat, Mr. Sherry, Miss Sherry, Miss Ming Shun, Miss Mariana Chen from UNESCO-ICHEI office, and Rector of ITB and or its representative, Chairman of Lentera Nusantara, Director of Politeknik Sahid, Rectors of ICE Institute Consortium, distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Very good morning to all of you, and thank you for your time to attend this important event. As we all know, during the pandemic, online education has emerged to be saving many educational practices around the globe. Moving forward, we will witness online education to be growing rapidly, enriching the face-to-face learning as what we call blended learning. ICE Institute has been serving Indonesian students as online courses marketplace since July 2021. At this moment, we have 34 partner institutions working collaboratively to promote quality online courses for all. As we are spreading our wings, we are immensely grateful to welcome 4 new partners whom we will sign collaboration agreement this morning. First, the International Center for Higher Education Innovation under the auspices of UNESCO in Shenzhen, China, is our new partner to promote ICE Institute to be the IIOE National Center. so that we can do research capacity building for lecturers and also wider community development in higher education in the area of digital and technology. Thank you for the endorsement from Prof. Nizam, our Director General of Higher Education, and Prof. Liming, the Chairman of UNESCO-ICHEI. And then we have the Institute of Teknologi Bandung, ITB, our new partner to carry our efforts and participation in developing Indonesia game talent, along with Lentera Nusantara that provides enormous possibilities for Indonesian students to be locally rooted but globally creative in developing Indonesia's game. And also thank you for Politeknik Sahid, our first vocational education partner to promote quality online courses for improving vocational education in Indonesia as well as abroad. For all of that, ICE Institute is very much indebted to the leadership of Prof. Ojat as the chairman of ICE Institute Consortium, and everybody else in this event that has been supporting ICE Institute all along. Hopefully, this event will be the first milestone to more fruitful collaborative efforts onward. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much and hope we can succeed in carry on this event. Thank you once again. Very good morning to all of you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Prof. Paulina, for the opening remarks. And now, I welcome the chairman of the ICE Institute Consortium, Professor Ojat Darajat, to deliver the welcoming remarks.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Radianti. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Very good morning to all audience and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before we get started, I would like to express my appreciations to Professor Nizam, PhD, the Director General of Higher Education, Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology, the Republic of Indonesia, and then Professor Liming, the Director International Center for Higher Education and Innovations, under the auspices of UNESCO, and Professor Hanwei, Executive Deputy Director of International Center for Higher Education and Innovations, and Mr. Liu Feng, Assistant Director and Chief of the Management Center of the International Institute of Online Education. Professor Ching Ping Lim, Professor of Learning Technologies and Innovations, Associate Dean International Engagement, Faculty of Education and Human Development, Chief Expert of International Institute of Online Education, International Center for Higher Education and Innovations. And a friend of mine, Professor Ismunandar, the Permanent Delegation Deputy of Republic of Indonesia to UNESCO, and Dr. Libing Wang, Senior Program Specialist in Higher Education, Chief of a Section for Educational Innovations and Skill Development, UNESCO Bangkok, Dr. Echo Khadijah, Chairman of the Indonesian National Commission for UNESCO, and Ms. Ajijah Satari, CEO from Lentera Nusantara, Ms. Nani Wahyuni, MM, the Director of Sahid Politeknik, Professor Engineer Gede Wenten, PhD, Vice Rector for Research and Innovation of Institut Teknologi Bandung, Mr. and Mrs. Rector of ICE Institute Consortium, and Mrs. Professor Panen, the Director of ICE Institute, and all the participants. As a chairman of ICE Institute Consortium, I am very grateful to the Director of the International Center for Higher Education Innovations, Institut Teknologi Bandung, and Sahid Politeknik, and also Lentera Nusantara. It is hoped that the collaboration with the UNESCO-ICHEI can strengthen online learning educations at the international level. And by joint forces with Institut Teknologi Bandung, we are optimistic that it will strengthen the collaborations in the field of research and development of game development. Moreover, we hope that the collaboration between ICE Institute and the Sahid Politeknik can facilitate vocational education in Indonesia. And by collaborating with Lentera Nusantara, game developer participants can connect with the business world and the international world. Audience, ICE Institute created a game developer micro-credential program with 670 students participations. This semester, February until June 2022, in ICE Institute platform, we have 23 well-known universities in Indonesia as our course provider. The courses offered 297 courses from the ICE Institute Consortium and 1,527 IDX courses and 60 courses from Suitang X, whereas the number of participants is 7,125 students from 96 universities in Indonesia. In the meantime, ICE Institute has created a game developer micro-credential program involving lectures from 10 consortium partners universities and mentors from lecturers and professionals from the Indonesian Gaming Associations. There are about 670 students joining the program. In the future, it is expected that the collaboration between ICE Institute and the UNESCO-ICHEI, Institut Teknologi Bandung, Sahid Politeknik, and Lentera Nusantara will grow stronger and touch other areas. So thank you very much, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, Professor Ojat. Next, I would like to welcome Assistant Director, Chief of IIOE, UNESCO International Center for Higher Education Innovation, Mr. Liu Feng. Mr. Liu Feng, welcome.
Is Monada, dear NatCon Chairman Dr. Chodija, dear ICE Institute Chairman Professor Dr. Ojat, distinguished guest, on behalf of International Institute of Online Education, IIOE, I wish to express greeting and my sincere gratitude to you. Thank you all for your trust in UNESCO-ICHEI and IIOE. Since its initiation in December 2019, IIOE has grown into a supportive global ecosystem for the digital transformation of higher education, connecting HEIs in 12 countries in the Asia Pacific, 15 countries in Africa, and 2 countries in West Asia. The IIOE platform now hosts more than 630 ICT discipline courses and teacher professional development courses in Chinese, English, French, Arabic, and Russian. IIOE is also developing its Spanish courses recently and will launch the Spanish platform in May 2022. IIOE has thus become the first non-profit international platform that can provide 6 official languages of the United Nations, aims to improve the ICT application capability of higher education workforce. The Martingale IIOE Advanced Training Program in Big Data and Artificial Intelligence have served more than 7,300 higher education professionals from 135 countries in the last 2 years. Together, we are breaking down the language barriers for quality open educational resources, co-constructing more localized and customized courses and programs for global HEIs. Last year, IIOE has also organized 13 global webinars on a wide range of topics such as online and blended teaching and learning, innovation and curriculum reform in STEM, and professional development in the digital era, engaging with more than 5,800 higher education professionals around the world. Based on global experts' review and validation, IIOE also published both IOE Quality Assurance 2.0, and IOE Competency Framework for Higher Education Workforce, the useful framework and toolkits to inform the future course and program development of IOE. Meanwhile, IOE takes root at partner HEI education institution through the establishment of the IOE National Centers. The first group of IOE National Centers have been established in Pakistan, Mongolia, Malaysia, Egypt, Kenya, Nigeria, and Zambia. UNESCO-ICHEI and IOE National Centers joint efforts in developing localized education resources, tools, and policy guidance. We are allowed IOE network to reach a greater audience and serve more higher education professionals in the respective countries. On this grand occasion, we are very excited to see the collaborations between UNESCO-ICHEI and ICE Institute. Based on the platform of Indonesia National Center and with the strong support by Ambassador and the NECOM, we do believe that both parties could make more contributions on digital transformation of higher education in Indonesia by conducting research and development in the field of human resource capacity building through the use of ICT, developing ICT-related competency of faculty and staff members in the partner universities, building the capacity of partner universities of online and blended learning, and co-constructing localized courses to fulfill the teachers' professional development demands. We do wish our relations and cooperations a success and believe our contributions to bring many benefits for the development of higher education in Indonesia. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Liu Feng. Now, please welcome the Director of the International Center for Higher Education Innovation under the auspices of UNESCO, Professor Li Ming. Professor, the time is yours.
首先，我要代表中心对出席今天这样一个签约活动的各位嘉宾，表示衷心的感谢。我特别要感谢印尼教育文化研究和技术部，对我们这样一个合作签约的支持。今天高教研究技术司司长，也出席了这样一个活动，并且一会儿要做重要的讲话。我还要感谢印尼驻教科文常驻团的副代表大使先生，还有印尼全委会教科文全委会的博士，以及刚才讲话的我们委员会的主席教授，还有开放大学的副校长以及刚刚讲话的网络教育研究院院长教授女士。那么今天这样一个会议可以说是高朋云集，那么来见证我们这样一个二类机构和印尼网络教育研究学院的 IOE 国家中心的签约仪式。没有各方的支持，有今天这样一个形式和成果，那是不可能的。
First of all, a very warm good morning to all of all. Please allow me to express my gratitude on behalf of UNESCO-ICHEI to all distinguished guests today. Specifically, I would like to thank Professor Nizam, Director General of Higher Education Research and Technology. We will be hearing from you very soon. And then I would also like to thank Professor Ismiranda, Dr. Chodija, and also Professor Darojat, Mr. Budiman, Rector of ICE Institute Consortium, and also Professor Polina. Thank you all for being with us today. I believe that without the support from all of you, this today would not be possible. So on this very special occasion, we are very fortunate to have you witness and also your support of us to fostering our collaboration into agreement.
我注意到我们的印尼网络教育研究学院是在全球疫情爆发的情况下，为了解决印尼的高等教育教学资源和教师能力，而迅速建立的一个面向全国和全球和地区的这样一个教育机构。我也注意到印尼这个高教司集合了国内 以及国际各种高教资源来支撑这个学院为各方面的服务。那么我们有幸将在今天签约以后，与印尼网络教育研究学院成为全球合作伙伴，将我们中心所具有的所有的对教师 ICT 赋能以及高技术在混合教学当中的应用这些资源提供给你们，同时根据双方协商和需要，还可以共同研制开发集合一批优质的数字教育资源，使我们双方通过这样一个合作能够服务更多的学校的教师，以支撑他们在当前形势下有序的高效的开展教学。
I noticed that ICE Institute, the establishment of ICE Institute is indeed a very immediate response to a COVID situation, specifically with the dedication to serve the quality higher education online resources, as well as the capacity buildings of the teachers within the country. And I can see from the consortium that it indeed has encompassed all the top resources of the country to serve the needs of the teachers and the students. I believe that this partnership between ICE Institute and also UNESCO-ICHEI will be very timely in terms of serving the greater needs of the students and teachers in the country and also in the region in the future. Not only to we are happy to contribute our existing resources such as our ICT capacity building for professional development, for teachers' professional development, as well as the frontier technology application in higher education. We are also willing to join hands with you to co-develop a series of courses that will meet the needs of the Indonesian higher education.
我们也期待着在 ILE 这个平台上，通过印尼网络教育学院研究学院，能够覆盖更多的印尼大学的老师和机构。我们共同的通过共建共享的原则，集合一批全球的数字化教育资源，那么解决教师在数字化背景下开展混合教学的能力提升问题，通过赋能提升高等教育的质量和教育大众化。那么这一点，我想是我们和印尼网络教育研究学院结盟的一个主要的目的。当然，我们也希望利用你们扩大在印尼的整个高教领域和教师当中的影响力，使我们能发挥更多的作用，以履行教科文2030目标和前不久提出的未来教育目标。
Indeed, this partnership will be mutual benefit to both sides, to both parties. In addition to the resources that we'll be adding to ICE Institution, we are also hoping that ICE Institute will help us to reach more audience within the country. For example, through empowerment of teachers, we'll be able to improve the quality of higher education, also expand access to higher education, like the video has mentioned. And that together we'll be able to serve the goal to better reach the goals of Education 2030 and also to meet UNESCO's newly flagship initiative, Future of Education.
印尼作为东南亚的一个大国，经济、教育都是十分发展非常迅速的。那么在当前全球数字化、经济数字化和数字经济发展的这个快速进程当中，我们高等教育肩负着为教师培养数字化人才赋能这样一个使命。我们中心经过一段时间的努力，和中国清华大学教育研究院共同开发了混合教学的3本手册，并很快会在教科文第3届西班牙高教大会上发布促进全球高教教学数字化转型的研究报告。我想这样一些知识产出将在我们的伙伴当中得到共享，同时呢，通过这样一个思路，为支撑印尼数字化经济的发展提供数字化人才， 使各个高校有更多的教师和更多的专业朝着这个方向努力。我期待着我们双方合作将结出丰硕的成果。最后再次感谢今天参会的各位，谢谢。
Indonesia as one of the key, or in fact, the most important key players in the Southeast Asian regions, specifically with the development of digital economy, Indonesia will have a lot of potential to play, in terms of development in the future. And because of this, higher education plays a key role in cultivating talents in order to support the development of digital economy in the future. In last year, we are very fortunate to have joined forces with Tsinghua University, the top university of China, to produce or to publish a series of important handbooks and also reports in terms of blended teaching and learning, as well as digital transformation of higher education. We believe that through this type of sharing, we'll be able to support our work in this field, and then to cultivate more talent so that we will be able to meet the labor market, the demands from the market. I have very high hope and, in fact, expectation for our partnership, our collaboration to yield fruitful outcomes. And I'm very grateful for our partnership. And this is the end of my speech.
Thank you, Professor Liming. Now, please give us a small speech since it's an honor for us to be collaborate with Chair Professor of Learning Technology and Innovation, the Education University of Hong Kong, Professor Chair Ping Lim.
All right, thank you very much. A very good morning to Professor Insigne Nizam, the Director General of Higher Education, Research and Technology, distinguished rectors, directors, partners, colleagues, and friends. It is indeed great to see all of you here this morning. Selamat pagi, Bapak dan Ibu. Senang sekali bisa bersama semua di pagi ini. It is great that we could be here to first witness and celebrate the signing of the Cooperation Framework Agreement between Indonesia Cyber Education Institute and the International Center for Higher Education Innovation under the auspices of UNESCO or UNESCO-ICHEI. The Institut Teknologi Bandung, Politeknik Sahid, and Lentera Nusantara. I think when we are looking at the signing itself, we should be, as what like Professor Liming, as well as Professor Penin and also Professor Darajat have said, given the challenges of the learning modality transformation in post-pandemic and the rapid shifts in the skills demand of the labor market, it's quite clear that there is an urgent need for countries to implement projects at scale to be able to address these issues for a better future of enhanced quality, equity, and efficiency of the higher education sector. And we believe that the partnership between ICE Institute and UNESCO-ICHEI, and together with ITB, PS, and LN, will be critical to drive and support the digital transformation of higher education. While we see Indonesia as the leading country in ASEAN among the Southeast Asian countries to share her promising practices and lessons learned by serving as the IOE National Center. And that is, of course, with respect to meeting the vision of SDG 4, right? The inclusive and equitable quality higher education and lifelong learning for all. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Professor Lim, dan selamat pagi. And now, the Director General of Higher Education Research and Technology of the Republic of Indonesia, Professor Nizam, will deliver his speech.
Thank you very much, Ibu Radianti. Professor Liming, Director of UNESCO-ICHEI, Professor Ojat Darojat, Rector of Universitas Terbuka, and Chairman of ICE Institute Consortium, Prof. Paulina Panen, Prof. Ismanandar, the Ambassador of Indonesia to UNESCO, Dr. Icha Khotija, Chair of Indonesia National Commission for UNESCO Indonesia, Dr. Lee Ping Wang, Senior Program Specialist in Higher Education, Chief of Section for Educational Innovation and Skills Development, UNESCO Bangkok, Professor Cheng Ping Lim, Chief Expert of IIOE, UNESCO-ICHEI, Rector of ITP, represented by Professor Gedewenten, Director of Sahid Politeknik, and also Lentera Nusantara. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning to all of you. ICE Institute was established in 2018, 2 years before the pandemic. But the COVID pandemic has accelerated the transformation of our higher education institution in Indonesia to adopt technology. Within 1 month after the pandemic, more than 4,000 higher education institutions in Indonesia have embraced online learning, serving 9 million students in higher education all over the country. They live in more than 10,000 islands spread across the country. The pandemic gives also ICE Institute its momentum and start its first course delivery in 2020. As a consortium of 15 top universities in Indonesia, ICE Institute not only offering conventional courses, but also offering new fields of courses to answer the challenge of the fourth industrial revolutions and to prepare for the Society 5.0, a society that makes use of technology to leverage humanity and well-being of the society. Collaboration through technology now can deliver ubiquitous learning, which is universally available and accessible to everyone, anywhere, anytime. It democratizes the access to quality education, as reflected in the ICE motto, freedom to learn for everyone. In this occasion, I would like to appreciate and congratulate the collaboration of ICE Institute with the International Center for Higher Education Innovation under the auspices of UNESCO. And I believe that collaboration of 1 + 1 not equal to, but equals to many. Through collaborations, together we can make a better world, a peaceful world, a brighter and greater place for all. With that, I conclude my speech and thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Nizam. Now it's the time for signing of the Cooperation Framework Agreement from UNESCO-ICHEI and ICE Institute for IIOE National Center Indonesia, Institut Teknologi Bandung and ICE Institute for Micro-Credential Program on Game Developer, Politeknik Sahid and ICE Institute for Vocational Online Courses, Lentera Nusantara and ICE Institute for Micro-Credential Program on Game Developer. Our honorable ladies and gentlemen, after signing the paper, please show it to the camera. Let's give a round of applause with direction from Zoom. Okay, let's take the picture together first for the signing ceremony. Okay, please show the paper to the camera first, and we will take the picture. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Once more. 1, 2, 3. And now we would like to the all participants here, please turn your camera on so we can take picture together. On my counts, 1, 2, cheers. Another one, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, we have passed the entire series of events successfully. We hope that this signing cooperation framework agreement will always benefit all of us and bring a better and brighter future for Indonesian higher education. I'm Radianti Febria, represents the entire organizing committee. Would like to thank you for your presence and great contribution. See you on another occasion. Salam Merdeka Belajar untuk semua.
Thank you everybody. Thank you everybody. Thank you. See you all in our collaborative work. Bye-bye.
Ya, terima kasih Bu Pauline.
Terima kasih semuanya. Terima kasih. Selamat
pagi.
Pagi Pak Ari, Pak Dirjen.
Pak Dirjen, terima kasih Pak Dirjen. Thank you.
Terima kasih semua Pak Ibu Asatari dan Rita. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Bu Pauline.